Open your eyes.
What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario, and I am back. Yeah, so it's been a while. It doesn't even feel like it's been 3 weeks, but it has. Where have I been? Well, I've been working on some stuff, but mainly I've been hiding from spoilers. They're everywhere. Like, they're thumbnails and NeoGAF, and they're everywhere. But, well, I mean, if I'm gonna do a channel with Zelda-centric content, I have to jump in, and that's exactly what I did, kinda. So this video is gonna be kinda spoilery. No story spoilers. I'm not going into that. I messed up with Fire Emblem Fates. I didn't go in as blind as I wanted to be, and that was a mistake. But this time, I'm going in blind. Like, I know some gameplay stuff, but I don't know anything about the story. So, yeah. Top 8 things you need to know about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Number 8, the Triforce may not be in this game. This one's an interesting one because, well, the Triforce may not be in this game. It's possible because they have not talked about it at all. Like, they've talked about the Master Sword, they've talked about everything else, but they have not talked about the Triforce and the possibility of it being in the game or not. Which is an interesting thing. Usually in a game that involves the Master Sword and Ganon or Ganondorf, it usually involves the Triforce in some way. And, you know, because all the Triforce holders are in the game. Maybe this is going to change because technically 1 or 2 of the Triforce holders are going to die. But I do believe that Zelda does die. I mean, I don't believe, because there's a leak out there that says, you know, I'll get to it later. The Triforce may not be in this game. So this game more than likely takes place in the Downfall timeline. Yeah, that's kind of a downer to me too. But, I mean, the Downfall timeline did give me one of my favorite recent Zelda games, and that was A Link Between Worlds, which was awesome. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing, but I really, really want this to be in the adult timeline. I mean, I even have a theory about how it could be in the adult timeline. And, you know, over my hiatus, I did kind of come up with another theory, an interesting theory of why it could be in the adult timeline. But it's pretty much confirmed that it's in the Downfall timeline. Like Ayanuma said, this is a timeline where you fought Ganon many times. Technically, you've only fought Ganon in the adult timeline twice, if you count the encounter in Ocarina of Time as you don't. Technically, you really fought him once, and that was during the events of Wind Waker. And that's it, because technically he's a statue at the bottom of the ocean, so, you know. But, hey, maybe the next game can be in the adult timeline, huh? So, most, if not all, Amiibo actually work in the game. Now, they haven't really said which Amiibo work. I know all of the Zelda Amiibo work, so that's the Smash Brothers or otherwise. Of course, the Breath of the Wild Amiibo, the Wolf Link Amiibo, all of those, and the 30th Anniversary Amiibo, they all work in the game for one thing or another. But from what I've heard, other Smash Amiibo actually work in the game too, to get you other various items. Now, they're not going to be rare items like the Breath of the Wild Amiibo, because they actually give you, like, I think you'll get a chance at getting, one gives you that super arrow he has, another one gives you, like, something else. Like, they give you, like, powerful items, like, once a day. But the other ones will give you some less powerful items in the chest, but it could be useful, you know, so that's interesting. I mean, that means I didn't buy like 20 or some odd Amiibos for nothing. so these are going to be some kind of spoilery images, not story-based stuff. I think this is a side quest I saw on NeoGAF, but it's kind of lewd. There is some kind of lewd humor, and some people have been saying from their impressions of the game that there's some Fire Emblem-esque humor in here. When I say that, you know, Fire Emblem tends to have, you know, kind of lewd stuff going on with the waifus and all that kind of stuff. Something like that's in the game. Not waifus per se, but some kind of lewd humor is in the game. So I'm like, that's cool. The Zelda humor has always been odd. So adding a little bit of lewdness to that is pretty interesting, you know. Okay, so one thing you know about Breath of the Wild, there is a rumor out here that states that Zelda is pregnant and that she is the grandmother of the Zelda from the future. So the Zelda you see in the white is the grandmother, and she's your baby mama, and your granddaughter is the Zelda in the blue. I mean, it's possible, because on all the scenes where Zelda's wearing white, they do seem very close, very kind of romantic-y. I don't know. I didn't buy the Zelda Prego theory when HMK tried to sell it. I didn't buy it then, and I'm not buying it now. But the theory is that that's the case, and she is the grandmother of the Zelda that you see in the blue. I personally think that Zelda bites it the same time you do, because if you look at that one scene in the trailer, she's trying to stop the Guardian, but then the scene in the other trailer, the Guardian, it looks like that Guardian opens fire. So I'm thinking they both bite it there, and they put you both in regeneration chambers, and you both wake up at different times. But yeah, it's a theory out there, and they also say that she's communicating to you through the Master Sword, and that's why the Master Sword is broken. And the flowers are also involved, which, I mean, that one can hold some weight, because Ayanuma did confirm that the flower that is seen growing around the Master Sword is called the Silent Princess. So it could be a thing, but I'm not buying it. Don't buy it. It's lame. This is one of the hardest Zelda games I've ever played. That I'm interested in, because, I mean, coming off of Neo, which was pretty hard. I've never really played a Souls game. I've never played Dark Souls, never played Bloodborne. Coming off of Neo, getting in a hard Zelda game should be awesome. Now, I don't know if these people are new to Zelda. You know, I mean, I haven't played a Zelda game since my last run through of Wind Waker HD, which was last year. So I took a break from Zelda because I want to be fresh when I go back in. And so, hey, if this game kicks my ass, it's going to be pretty interesting. There are 6... Well, let me stop. This is kind of a spoiler. It's not a story spoiler per se, but if you don't want to know anything about the game, then you probably want to turn away from this. There's going to be an annotation somewhere here to skip this one, but there's going to be 6 dungeons in the game. So 4 dungeons, of course, being the legendary beasts. The other one being, I forgot what the name of it was, but it was like another kind of like cave or temple type of dungeon. And then of course the Hyrule Castle itself is a dungeon. So you would actually have to go through puzzles and various enemies like a dungeon to get to Calamity Ganon. So I think this was something to stop people from really being able to get to Calamity Ganon super early, because the enemies there are pretty high level, because they are expecting you to have gone through most of the game before you come to this point. So the enemies can like 2-hit kill you, and Ganon can 1-hit kill you. So and last but not least, the Blood Moon. So the Blood Moon, this is the one thing this is the straw that broke the camel's back. When this was spoiled for me just on my recommended videos, I'm not even looking at Zelda content at this point. And it's like Blood Moon, and it's got like links there. I'm like, really? So I ended up looking at it, and it actually helped me make this video because I gave up at that point and just kind of got spoiled. But the Blood Moon is a pretty interesting thing that happens every couple of days, which is technically, I think, an hour. Every minute in real life is an hour in the game. So every half hour is technically a day. So every 24 minutes is a day in the game. So every roughly hour and a half, there will be a blood moon. And the blood moon is basically, you know, a red moon when all the enemies you've killed in the area will come back to life. I don't know if they're going to be more powerful or what. And that's also this shot we saw in the trailer. A lot of people were confirming or thinking that, oh, this confirms that Calamity Ganon made all these creatures. No, that is actually the blood moon. So maybe Ganon didn't create all these enemies, and they just, you know, they're squatters essentially. They took advantage of the fact that there was nobody there and decided to live there. But when the blood moon comes up, maybe this is a result of Calamity Ganon's malice, and he brings them all back when the blood moon comes up. And there, you've been spoiled, I've been spoiled, we've all been spoiled. So, man, so Breath of the Wild, man, I can't wait. The Let's Play, I'm going to talk about that in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, keep it real.